Welcome back to Hurricane Game Day. This segment, I promise, is going to be a treat. He's one of the all-time great Hurricanes. He bleeds orange and green. He's won 5 national championships. He is quite valuable on the field when he coaches his position. Don Bailey Jr. now sits down with a former teammate, offensive line coach Art Kehoe.
On 1, down, red 70, hop. Good. Hey, Jermaine, get out. Give me another right tackle. Get out, give me another right tackle.
Hurry up, jump off. Somebody.
You're gonna come into the drill you've been watching all day. You're gonna come in the drill with your shit unbuckled. Here we go.
Well, Coach Kehoe, first of all, for the 100th time, welcome back. And you being the historian of the University of Miami program, give us a Al Golden perspective. How does he compare with the rest of them?
Well, you know, that's an interesting question. I'll tell you this, he's very organized, he's very competitive, he's very on top of everything. He knows the players' names, their background, and he wants to get involved with them, and he wants them to do good in school, and he's very, very meticulous about everything, detailed. He's an excellent recruiter, and you know, I've told everybody, yourself included, that you know, I've been trying to play catch up since January 25th. I'm trying to play catch up. I'm trying to catch up to find out exactly how they do everything that they do here, and I'm loving every minute of it because it's a very well-rounded, very disciplined, very team-oriented, very goal-oriented deal, and it's the total development of the player and how he fits into the package of the team and me and our goals and everything we do. And I honestly, Don, he's doing it the right way in everything he does.
Or when you look at this offensive line, and you came in, as you mentioned, in the spring, you had 17, 20 days with them, then you go through a whole camp and you have a game under your belt. Describe their personality. I mean, that's really what you look at in an offensive line. It's not really just one guy. It's what's that personality does this group have?
They're a fun bunch, like we were, right. Like offensive linemen are, because you know you hate to start it off with this, but we're at the end of the bacterial spectrum of athletic ability when it comes to football. I mean, you don't. I always tell them, I said, well, if you don't like being an O-lineman, hey, coach, I'm thinking about being a press corner or, a safety or something. It doesn't happen. So we're at the end of the deal, but we're also bonded together with our line calls and our communication. And we're also one of the biggest groups because there's 5 of us. So, I always said we better get to be one of the captains because we control that voting block. And I just like this bunch has really come together kind of fast. Coach Golden has a B's or better perspective about grades, and I love that.
Competition is the word that has seemed to have weaved itself into every conversation, whether it's in the classroom, in the meeting room, on the playing field, in the weight room, during the spring. Every phase, there's competition. And how does that breed success?
Well, there's no other way. First of all, there's no other way to, because and I know, if you're the center and I'm the left guard, and the guys behind us aren't pushing us for our job, no matter, and you and me were guys that we had our size difficulties or whatever, and we had to overcome by being persistent and unflailing and just going after people. But you can get a little calm and confident, or too much so, if you don't think you're pushed for your job. So there's nothing better than that. And that's what, to me, has driven Miami all the years, all the national titles, is the first and second and sometimes third team guys, especially on the D-line, were so good that you knew the games were going to be never easy, but way easier than practice. We used to talk about it all the time. That, man, come Saturday, you just want to sleep good Friday night and get it on with somebody because you were so so sick of getting pounded on all week and fighting for your job every minute of your life, you know. So that kind of brings out the winning through that kind of fierce competition.
Great stuff from Don Bailey Jr. and Art Kehoe. That's going to do it for this week's show. Be sure to join us next week as we take you behind the scenes with the University of Miami football. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week here on Hurricane Game Day, right here on CSS.
It's all about you.